And welcome into NBC World Series Live, Day 8, as we have finished another day here at beautiful Riverfront Stadium. A couple games in the losers bracket, a couple games that meant a lot. The two teams that won tonight will play each other tomorrow for the chance to face the loser out of the winners bracket. And we're in a place right now where every second of these games matter. We're down to the Final Four.
Final Four, not to be a snitch or anything, but if you didn't know, tomorrow's the last day. We only get 2 games. This is the last doubleheader tomorrow, so it's super excited to see these games coming out of the Final Four.
Unless we have a winner's bracket
right.
finalist lose in the championship game, we will play a second championship game. That's very possible this year because we have Lone Star and Santa Barbara tomorrow. Obviously, you and I will talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. The loser of that game has a very good shot to beat the other in a couple of days' time. So we'll talk a little bit further about that once we get past our 2 games tonight. First, it was Cheney and Great Bend, a game that Great Bend came out on top right away, which is kind of what we all expected. We kind of thought that this was a Great Bend team that was playing really good, consistent. Thought they were going to kind of run away with this one, and it turns out they kind of fizzled early, and it was Cheney who came back 10-8.
It's unfortunate for the Batcats. I really, like I said last night, I thought they were going to really run this one and keep that momentum going. The Bats were hot at first, but just died at the end. So, unfortunately, Great Bend had a great run here at the tournament. I don't think no one like us expected Great Bend to go this far. So, congratulations to Great Bend on their season. Shouldn't be frustrated at all. Hopefully, you move on to this momentum to next year, have a good run in the Sunflower Collegiate League, and make it back here to the NBC World Series.
Absolutely. And we took a small break between games. Then it was the Hayes Larks and Seattle Studs who took the field. This is a Hayes Larks team that I think most of us think is right there with Santa Barbara and Lone Star as the top 3 teams.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy. You know, Cheney Diamond Dogs, I've been saying these hot takes, and they haven't been going very well so far. But, you know, I think the Cheney Diamond Dogs are just not at the level right now as Hayes and as these other 2 teams as well. I think Lone Star is going to get a good job done. And I just, for some reason, I think there's the top 3, and then there's Cheney.
Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this Hayes-Seattle game. This was a game I thought that Seattle was going to be able to keep a little bit closer, but it was a home run in the very first inning that really burst this one open for Hayes. Seattle scored 1 in the top of the second, but that was the only one they'd scored the whole night, and it ended up being a 8-1 win for Hayes in a game that just they had everything going.
Yeah, I've talked to multiple people, and this year's Studs team wasn't like the Studs team we're used to. Yes, they're still elite here in this tournament, but they thought they were a little bit younger than usual, and it wasn't as talented as a team. You know, some players went to go play for Team USA. All these other teams went to play for someone else. So it's going to happen every time. You know, it will happen every once in a while, but props to this Studs team this year.
The Seattle Studs and Santa Barbara Foresters have won 9 of the last 10 NBC World Series titles, but Seattle unable to grasp their spot into the Final Four. Now we have our matchups for the Final Four. First of all, it's Santa Barbara and Lone Star at 6 p.m. tomorrow, or I guess today. I don't know if there's going to be a single person in this ballpark who is not excited for that.
Yeah, that's not going to be a pace of donkey here. It's going to be a nice, fast-paced game. They're going to take their time, make sure they can roll really, really fast. I think it's going to be an upbeat, really exciting game. Can't wait to watch it.
And if you're Lone Star, this has got to be one of the toughest tests you've faced all year. I mean, it's this and it's the bar exam. These two are just about equal when it comes to difficulty. This is a Santa Barbara team that everyone is betting on. You've got to come out and play your game. I doubt we see Nathan Medrano, who has gone 14 innings for Lone Star so far, only allowed 4 hits, including a no-hitter in his most recent performance against Cheney. I don't think we'll see him tomorrow. I would expect that they would hope they could sneak by Santa Barbara and save him for championship night. It's going to be interesting to see who Lone Star throws tomorrow.
Yeah, Medrano is like the Moderna vaccine. They're very, very strong, very powerful. So he's going to hopefully be able to wait and then come back towards the end.
So then that'll set up our losers bracket game just after that one. Obviously going to be a good one between Santa Barbara and Lone Star. But Hayes and Cheney,
wow.
It's an interstate rivalry that used to be quite old when it was still the Valley Center Diamond Dogs before they made their move to Cheney and before Hayes made their move to the Rocky Mountain Baseball Conference. But this is 2 teams that know each other somewhat and should put on a pretty good show for an 8:30 game.
It's going to be a great game. Both games tomorrow are super duper exciting. If you can, definitely come out to this ballpark, watch both these games. I'm super excited for this game as well because, Hayes is always a great team and a tough team to deal with. As we said, I think they're top 3. But I did say Cheney's a little bit low, but every time I say that, somehow Cheney comes out and plays their best ball. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
You make a good point. If you'd like to join us, you can find those tickets via our site on eTix. To make it easier for you, go to NBCBaseball.com. Click anywhere that says buy tickets here, and it'll take you right over there. Don't worry, there are no mask mandates if that's something you're worried about. There's no vaccine requirements. If you've got Moderna, Pfizer, doesn't matter. We want you to come out to the ballpark. There's plenty of room to spread out if you'd like to come join us. It's going to be a great night of baseball. Tickets do start at $12. Also, it is Salute to Armed Forces Night. If you are a current or former military member, we would like to welcome you into the ballpark with free admission, and your family gets in for $10 apiece. Let us be the first ones to say thank you for your service, whether it's now or in the past. We'd love to have you out to the ballpark, and no admission for you tomorrow. Come on in, bring your family out with for cheaper tickets. We would love to see you all at the ballpark. These are going to be 2 really exciting games. I'm quite looking forward to them. There's not much more I can say when it comes to the magnitude that first game has. And the loser of that first game plays the winner of our second game.
Right.
Those 2 teams in the winner's bracket still each have a second shot. And those are 2 very good teams. We knew it was going to be those 2 and Hayes in our final 3, and it was just a toss-up for number 4. We're set up for a very exciting last 3 days.
I cannot wait for these last few days, and unfortunately, I won't be here tomorrow, so I'll be watching these games at Cali College. But I just want to say real fast to our Armed Forces members and everyone that's serving our country, thank you for what you do. If you can't make it out tomorrow, please do. We'd love to see you here. We'd love to just say thank you during the day. I know on behalf of our staff, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for your service. And these next 3 days are going to be the most amazing days of baseball that I've seen in a really long time, so I'm super excited for it.
And it's going to be very unique, as it will be the first trophy ever lifted inside Riverfront Stadium. We've got it in-house. It made the trip over today. We're excited to see who gets a shot at this one. We're going to have 2 exciting matchups tomorrow. Friday, come join us at 6 p.m. We'll do our Hall of Fame induction of our 4 new members to the NBC Hall of Fame. As soon as that's over, after 15-20 minutes, we'll get started with our last semifinal game there on Friday night. Just 1 game Friday night, followed by fireworks right out here in right field over the river. It's going to be a great night at the ballpark. We'd love for you to join us. And then it all comes down to Saturday, 6 p.m., Game 1. If the winner's bracket team loses in Game 1, we will play Game 2 for, winner takes all.
And, most of the time you think, oh, the winner's got it in this winner bracket. Something about how tight Lone Star, Hayes, and the Foresters are this year. I have a feeling we might have 2 games on championship night.
I think Hayes needs to get their job done tomorrow. Can't overlook that game, because everyone pretty much can see that this Hayes team is a step above this Cheney team. That's no flack towards the Cheney team. That's a good Diamond Dogs team that they've brought out here in the NBC World Series. But the Hayes team is on a different level. They can win this game, but they've got to come out in the right mindset, get the job done, and be one of the final 3 teams. It's going to be very hard to beat whoever comes out of the winner's bracket. But if you're the winner of that late game tomorrow, you have that positive momentum going into that. You're playing a team who has lost, and you're going to be coming off at least 2 wins in a row. That's a really good place to be in going into that last semifinal game.
Yep, I couldn't agree with you more. It's going to be a great time for baseball. Like I said, if you can make it out here, please do. This is the time when you need to come and make the best time possible.
So we want to extend a huge thank you to anyone who is still up and watching. You're crazy. Go to bed. It's going to be an exciting day of baseball tomorrow. For Andrew Burgos, I'm Matthew Will. Thanks for joining us on another edition of the NBC World Series Live Day 8 wrap-up. For all of us here at Riverfront Stadium, this has been another edition of the 87th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy.